owning a patent is your way of holding on to insurance. It's not so much that you'd want to enforce it, it's that you could use it as leverage. It's basically a weapon in a pissing contest. So right now, HTC can't do certain things that Apple can because of the patents they hold, and Apple and vice versa. So what's likely going to happen? I don't think we're going to see any kind of change in Apple's shipping. But what's likely to happen is Apple's going to say, "All right, HTC, you can do these things," and HTC's going to say to Apple, "All right, you can do these things." It's usually how it goes. Happens all the time. Patent wars all the time. It's insurance.
Yeah, and what I find interesting is that the phones that they're targeting are the Android-based phones.
You mean Apple's targeting them?
Apple is targeting the Android-based phones instead of the Windows Mobile phones.
Well, if they have a legitimate complaint, and quite honestly, at least at this stage in the game, Android's probably closer to a Windows Mobile, but Android is certainly got a lot more promise than what we've seen from Windows Mobile. I think the next, what is it called, Windows Phone 7?
Yeah.
The series, whatever they've decided to call it, I think it's going to be a shot in the arm for Microsoft's mobile brand. It'll become a contender, compared mostly to Android. The iPhone really doesn't have a comparison. And I know a lot of people are, well, the Android versus iPhone. Really, apples and oranges. Google gives the operating system away. Apple doesn't. Apple controls everything. Google only really guides the operating system, which is open source. Apple isn't open source. Windows Mobile that I know of won't be open source, but they, will let device manufacturers use their operating system, much like Google allows Android to be used. So, they could have, gone after him thinking they had a legitimate beef with HTC. They're trying to protect, something. Maybe they wanted to do something that HTC had a patent for, so they decided to go after him, knowing that there was going to be this dance, and hopefully walk away with something that they didn't have before, by kind of preening, strutting and suggesting that someone was infringing on their patents. They're just, I guess, initiating this process. And that again is complete outsider. I don't know a lot about the details, as I even asked you to kind of summarize them. But by and large, that's usually how these things come about and how they usually end.
Yeah, but doesn't it seem weird that Apple is, buying, trying to get, all the patents that they can, especially for all their multi-touch? There are going to be a lot of restrictions on that because a lot of phone companies are going to try to get around that without the infringing the patents. And do you think that's going to reduce the number of multi-touch phones that you see out there that Apple has patents for?
Potentially. And like I said, if Apple's holding on to that card and another company's holding on to another card that Apple wants, they can play it. It's a big card game. So Apple's got an extreme amount of leverage with that particular patent, to the point where if I pick up a device and try to zoom out and I try to do it with two fingers, I can't do it. I get frustrated. Apple's kind of got, I guess, that particular feature cornered. I mean, they have it, they own it. I don't know if that's necessarily going to stifle development. More importantly is that it gives Apple, even more of a position of power to be able to use that patent as leverage to gain features that they currently don't have patents on.
Okay.
That, and again, like I said, it's idealistic, and I'd say this about any company that was doing a battle between another company in relation to patents. This is just the way it is.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for answering my questions.
Thank you, Creighton. No worries.